Discovered I've got a broken nail, and so I'm going to show you how I do the tea bag method to help my nail to stop from breaking off completely. So this is the nail that is broken. I don't know how well it will show up there. Trying to do this in reverse. As you can see, there's a break going across there, and I only did this Jamberry cure earlier this week, so I'm going to fix this nail up so I can make it match the rest of my nails. To do this, you need a tea bag, and what you do is you cut the tea bag open and you empty the contents of the tea out, and you're left with the material. And as you can see, I've actually used this one quite a few times, so keep it in your application kit, and then that way whenever you've got a broken nail you can just cut off the bit that you need. So a very important tip, anytime you do a replication or gel or lacquer application, is not only to wipe your nails with either alcohol or the nail prep cleanser, but also that the tools that you use. Everything you touch is going to get the oils off your hands on, so you'll find your wraps will last longer, your lacquer will last longer, and your gel enamel will last longer if you wipe everything down as well. So I'm going to give everything a bit of a wipe first before I use them. And then I'm going to wipe all around my nail, all around the nail bed, and make sure I take the fluff away with it. So that was using the nail prep cleanser. And I'm just going to give that a moment to dry, and while I do that I'll just push my cuticles down, because after I apply the tea bag method I'll then be finishing my manicure. So the next stage is to cut a piece of tea bag roughly to the size that you need to cover the cut on your nail. So just cutting a piece here. So I've got a piece there, and I'm going to put it over my nail. I'm sorry if it's not showing up on the camera. So to be able to get it to stay on there, first of all, I use the Trushine Gel Enamel system to help my tea bag stay on, and it also keeps it nice and strong. Some people use a nail hardener or nail glue, or they'll use just a lacquer base coat, but for me I find that doesn't stay on very long. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a thin layer of gel. This is the base coat gel on there, and now I'm touching the part of the tea bag that's not going to touch on my nail, and I'm going to apply the tea bag onto my nail, and the bit of gel that is on there is just enough to make it stick at the moment. So then I'm going to use my cuticle pusher just to sort of get it over that broken nail. And you can see the tea bag is hanging over. You don't need to put the tea bag over your whole nail. Now I'm going to get the base coat again and very carefully put another layer on. And it is quite difficult to put it on without having the tea bag move around everywhere. But you do need to make sure that the gel that you're putting in is enough to soak through that tea bag. If it does move around, just use your orange stick or your cuticle pusher to put it back in the spot where you want it. It doesn't really matter where it moves elsewhere on the nail as long as it's covering the broken part. So now I've got that over the break in my nail, And I'm going to put it in my curing lamp to cure for 45 seconds. And if I had a way to fast forward this bit, it would make it a lot quicker. Don't worry if you haven't been able to put the gel on smoothly. When we do the top coat, we'll try and make it as smooth as possible. And then we're actually going to buff it to make sure that you can get rid of any edges as much as what you can. After you've done the top coat and buffed it, there are a variety of different applications you can do on top of that. You can apply wrap, or you can apply a colour gel, and if you are doing colour, then you don't need to do the top coat first. You could do the base coat with the tea bag. You could apply the colour gel. You could apply your top coat after that. The only thing is you might find you haven't really got that opportunity to buff out the edges. Now this is quite hard, so I'm going to trim off the excess tea bag. Now you'll notice there's still a bit of excess over there, but that I will get rid of after I've done my top coat. Now I'm just looking at it side on, so I can see if there's anywhere where I need to add a little bit of extra gel. Please excuse my kids calling out in the background. Just to try and smooth that ridge over where the tea bag joins on. And back to cure for 45 seconds again. I'm just going to see if I can pause this for a minute. Okay, so that has now cured with the top coat, and it's quite secure and strong. So I'm going to wipe it over with the nail prep wipe just to get rid of the sticky residue. And I'm going to get a file and file off the remainder of the tea bag that is hanging over the edge. Filing in a downward motion so I'm not aggravating any weak spots with where the tear is. And now, using a buffer block, I can buff that till it's smooth, so I need to sort of look side on. If you are applying a wrap over the top, or you're going to apply lacquer, or even go through the whole base coat, colour gel and top coat with the gel again, you do need to make sure that you have removed any shine off that top coat. Otherwise, whatever you're putting on over the top won't stick as well. Now that is ready to have something done on top of it. A little bit more. And I can feel that smooth. There's not much of a spot there where I can feel the tea bag at all, and I certainly won't notice it once I put my wraps back on. I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you.